Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So I'm reading today for Pisces Energy and I'm expecting a few interruptions. It's just that time of the day. My daughter's definitely going to be home from school soon. She might stay a bit longer and do homework club, which I think means detention, but we'll call it homework club. Yeah, so just be aware that we might get interrupted a little bit. Pisces, I've got an interesting energy for you today. I feel like I am a tower, right? If you think of the tower card, in the tarot, it's like standing strong. So this is your energy that I'm picking up on, by the way. So it's like standing strong and this storm raging around you, but it's like you're not really there. It's like the transparent tower, or like it's almost like being on a different plane where nothing's actually affecting you. So it's almost like the wind is blowing through you, like, or like the storm rage on. It's like Elsa. It's like the storm is raging around you, but it's just passing through you. It's like it can't hurt you. It's not affecting you because it's like you're made of the same stuff. So it's like it's not like like rain hitting concrete. It's not like rain hitting concrete. It's like you're also made of rain. So the rain's just passing through you is the way it's coming through. So it's like the capability to stand still in a storm, or perhaps an emotional storm. Perhaps things are very emotional around you, because you are made of cups energy. You're made of water. You are it can't hurt you because it's what you're made of, is the way it's coming through. And even on the bottom of the mermaid deck, you can see here the depiction on the underline of the mermaid deck after I shuffled. It's like she is the wave, right? So it's funny, it's the Knight of Swords, but it's like this water energy. So it's like an emotional truth coming forward. But yeah, it really feels like being made of the environment can't hurt you because it's what you're made of. Or like, I don't know, it just feels very like porous. It's interesting. And there's lots of cups energy, like the Queen of Cups fell out, the Ace of Cups fell out. So it could be your own emotional well-being, like your own emotions are so steady, or so like you're so comfortable with what you feel, right? What you feel and what you intuitively know, and what your own emotions are telling you, the emotions of others, the impact of the people around you, the arguments, the storms, the chaos. It's like it's not part of you, right? It's happening around you. It's not happening to you. So gliding through life with this kind of this sense of serenity and strength is how it's coming through. So I really like it. Feels good. I need to light a joss stick as well. Let's go with lavender because it's a very peaceful scent. So let's get you that on the go. So maintaining the equilibrium, maintaining the peace, gliding through life. It's like just being okay with yourself. So it doesn't matter what other people are doing, doesn't matter about their drama's their drama, right? Doesn't touch you. And not in a way where you're being Queen of Swords, right? Not in a way where it's like you've battened down the hatches and you've got the defenses up. It's more like you open the windows because you know that if you've got the windows wide open, the air's just going to like blow through the house, right? Maybe if you had the windows shuttered, the storm would come through and like rip the shutters off, and then the windows would be banging. But it's like if you open the windows fully and allow the energy to like just pass through, it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to cause any damage, right? It might make the windows flutter, like the curtains flutter, but that's about it. So it's just this. It just feels like gliding through the storm, or like even though like the ocean is like this big waves and things, it's like your part of the ocean is clear, right? Does that make any sense whatsoever? Or it's like you just swim under the waves, right? It's like, okay, there's a big wave about to crash. I'll dive under the wave and come out the other side perfectly fine. So it's understanding how to navigate the storms, understanding not trying to prevent them as well, because like the storm is going to rage on, right? The wind is going to come through, the wind's going to pick up, the waves are going to come, but not resisting it and flowing with it, like flowing into it. Feels really good. I think my son's coming up for his VR. Yeah, my husband just coming up for his VR. He's a Pisces, so I said, "Do you want to shout out a hello to the Pisces?" He was like, "No." Okay, okay, okay. So Pisces, 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 Spices. What do we have for you? Five of Pentacles. Bit of FOMO, maybe. We'll see. We'll get a clarifier. Four of Swords, healing. Okay. I'm getting Where Do We Go From Here, which is from Evita. It's Madonna Evita. I don't know the words. Like we used to do. Words that I'm longing to say. Scared to express how I'm feeling. Frightened you'll slip away. You must love me. You must love me. Why are you at my side? How can I be any use to you now? Ten of Cups. Beautiful. Hermit. Six of Swords. Yeah. Flowing forward. Ace of Cups. Yeah, I told you I saw the Ace of Cups. Being okay with whatever's going on. Even though you've got some sense of loss here, this tends to be like financial loss or material loss rather than the emotional grief that was coming through in Aquarius's reading. But it's kind of making me think of like Maleficent, you know, she gets her wings clipped and stuff. So having some damage, perhaps like literally your house has been damaged or something like this. Really noticing how she has her arms crossed across her, like her bare shoulders, her bare chest, you know, having her arms crossed like that. So feeling very, very, very vulnerable. Feeling vulnerable perhaps to time. Aware that time is passing, but holding on to a connection. The Four of Swords is a card about healing, about needing a time out, about needing to withdraw. And you've got the Hermit here as well. So all this energy of like needing time, needing space, needing to be alone, needing the time to process something, thinking things through, thinking things over, perhaps regarding some kind of loss. Again, tends to be financial or material loss, or it can be like a sense of like FOMO, like rejection, you know, and like doing that deep dive, doing the soul searching. Virgo energy, some of you may have Virgo in your chart. But then finding this happiness, it feels a little bit dreamy. It feels a little bit like I do it too. I don't know. I don't have Pisces in my chart, I don't think. But again, being Libra's a little bit of the happily ever after kind of daydream energy, which Pisces is a daydreamer. So you find Pisces often likes either fairy tales or, you know, fantasy type things. So like Star Wars. My son loves Star Wars. So that kind of make-believe energy, or what if there was a different universe, Lord of the Rings and things like this as well, right? So things that are a little bit strange, a little bit different, a little bit out there, they feel like they exist in a different universe, this kind of fantasy energy, this dreamer energy that comes along with Pisces. Now you may lean more heavily into that or less heavily into that depending on your full placements, but that kind of, because the Ten of Cups I call the happily ever after. It's like the perfect day, the happily ever after, waking up and thinking, do you know what, I'm really happy here. I'm really happy here. I had a really good day. I really enjoyed myself. I'm comfortable in my surroundings. I like the people that I share my life with. And I feel like if you don't have that, or you haven't had that in the past, almost like spending some time dreaming, spending some time fantasizing, spending some time going within, because just look at how this is bordered by these two energies. And working out what happiness means to you, finding that light, because she is on her own as well. Normally the Ten of Cups is like shared, it's shared with other people. So it could be something that happens in your dreams, or something that happens in your fantasies, and then waking up and it not being around you, waking up alone, right? And thinking, wow, I wish that dream was real. I wish I was really in that place. I wish I was really sharing with my life with those sorts of people. And that's not to say that the situation you're in is bad in any sort of way. It could be. I'm not getting cards that kind of indicate much either way. I just get that you're feeling a sense of lack, and you're trying to heal that. Perhaps it could be abandonment issues as well. And doing the soul searching in regards to your own happiness, and doing that alone. And then here, this is exactly what I was talking about with the ship on the calm waters, right? The Six of Swords normally depicts somebody sailing away from a storm, right? Sailing out of choppy seas, out of emotional turbulence, out of the drama and the chaos and the distress. And then it's like smooth sailing, right? Sometimes it's guided by the universe. Sometimes you're steering that boat yourself, and really pushing off and into the calmer waters, into the clearer space where things are calmer, more peaceful. Yeah. Yeah, it does. She does have this sense of like serenity to her, I think, in that image. You can hear my son chatting in the background. I might have to shut the door, perhaps. Yeah, just give me a sec. You know, perhaps as an example as well, like my son playing VR, right? So he's kind of on his own, right? And the people he's playing with, he is playing with other people. He's got like hundreds of friends on the VR. He is actually socializing. He is talking to those other people, but they're not hearing his reality, right? They're online. They're in a different realm, in a different space. So taking off the VR and being like, I'm still alone here. He's not alone. He's got me. He's got his family. You know, school friends, but that as an example could be sort of the energy that I'm picking up on there. So whether it's your dreams, your fantasies, it's got a sense of almost like being happier alone, like happier when you take a time out, happier when you have your own space, because perhaps you're moving away from people who are chaotic. You're moving away from people who want to stir the pot or create emotional turbulence. Like, you'd rather just go for a walk, you'd rather just go and have a bath, you'd rather just disconnect, right? But there is this still connected, like can't pick this up, like the web tells me it can be the internet, right? The World Wide Web, but you are connected to something. It could be a connection to spirit, but webs indicate connectivity. Okay, what's going on for Pisces, please, for Saturday? Pisces for Saturday, Five of Pentacles, healing there, Four of Swords, whatever that is. Look at the imagery of all these cards. Perhaps something's been put on ice. Resting, healing. Again, you may be particularly tired. You may have an illness. So it's like, it's not an ongoing thing. That would be more like Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords and things like that. It feels more like I've got to sleep this off, right? It's like a hangover. It's like I've got to sleep this off. Or just, you know, a flu or a cold. You just need time to process whatever that is. But yeah, feeling a little bit ice queen, right? Feeling a little bit, either you've been frozen out of a situation, or you've frozen somebody else out of a situation. You've created some space, or you need to create some sort of space. Finding all those animals interesting, the white animals. I was kind of expecting a card to come out for Capricorn that didn't come out, and I had a story attached to it, so I'm just wondering that I was like black animals. So I'm just wondering if there's some kind of flip and reverse of that energy. Feels almost like spirit guides, you know, animals, pets, like people around you, you know, checking in on you, guarding you while you rest, while you heal, while you freeze yourself out of something for a while. Four of Swords, please. Four of Swords. Strength. Just noticing the webs on both of those as well. Working on your strength, working on your confidence, healing. maybe grappling with some kind of big secret. Normally the Strength card depicts a woman and a lion, and it talks about the stories like, you know, the woman who pulled a thorn out of the lion's paw, and then the lion protected the woman, right? So it's a mutual relationship of support and strength, right? These people give each other confidence, they support each other, they save each other when each other needs saving, kind of like a little bit like the mouse and the lion. If you know that story, the lion's caught in the hunter's net, the lion's like, come and gnaw through this net, like free me. The mouse is like, you might eat me, and the lion's like, no, I'm not going to eat you, just listen, I'll protect you in the future. Like that kind of thing. So she's kind of freeing this whale that's got itself all tangled up in this web, in this net. Again, whales can symbolize deep emotional secrets, like deep stuff that you've really buried, that you're untangling, like mentally untangling, emotionally untangling from something that's been buried really deep. So if you were doing that kind of deep emotional work, you would need time, you would need rest, right? You would need quiet and peace to grapple with whatever that is. But I feel like it is building strength. Again, you could be building your strength back up if you've been poorly. Definitely something with the web, just with the imagery of both those cards. Okay, sorry for all the interruptions. I told you it was going to be one of those days. The Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups for Pisces for Saturday. Ten of Cups. What is the Ten of Cups for Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Oh, okay. So you could be dealing with somebody who could be somebody who's not a very good mother. It could be somebody who, I mean, if not, leave it, right? It's not your reading. It's a lot. It could be a lot of different things. Please don't get offended. The Queen of Pentacles in the upright is nurturing, brilliant, good with money, good with career, all those kinds of things. In the reverse, it's like not so much. Could be greedy, could overspend, could be bad with money. You know, money could pour through the fingers too easily. Bad at saving, good at spending. Could be somebody who's not very good at nurturing others, right? They're a bit selfish, they're a bit greedy. It could be somebody who is just all the things that the Queen of Pentacles isn't. She does tend to be about money and skills, so negative things around that, like not having the right skills to do the job, or not having enough training to do the job that they're meant to be doing, or, you know, being bad with managing resources, all those kinds of things. But the Ten of Cups for you is somehow tied in with that energy, and again, you are alone, so I'll have to pull a clarifier on that. We'll come back to that one. The Hermit card. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. And the 10. Right. Okay. We've got the clarification there. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles can be a business partner, a mother. She's normally partnered in some sort of way. She's got responsibilities to other people. In the reverse, it tells me that you could be maybe wanting to get out of that, or somebody around you doesn't want to take on those responsibilities. So the Nine of Pentacles, the Hermit card is a card about being alone, right? About needing your space, about needing your independence, about needing to have some quiet time. The Nine of Pentacles is, it's interesting, both of these are Capricorn energy, very similar in a lot of ways, but this is, she's nurturing people around her or not. And the Nine of Pentacles is a card about independence, about doing it on your own, about building up your own resources, about not needing to be codependent in terms of finances. So a very independent energy. Neither one is bad, they're just different, right? This person's doing it on their own, this person is partnered. It's interesting that your happiness is tied to being on your own, or being self-sufficient, right? Not being codependent. So this also tells me this because you've got the Ten of Pentacles. Again, same message coming through quite clearly about wanting to be on your own. Could be temporary. It could be, I am going to take a 3-day weekend to a spa on my own, away from the kids. I don't want any responsibilities, any burdens. I just want massages. I want long hot baths. It might just be, I just need an hour on my own, right? It might be, I need a few weeks on my own. It might be, I need to live my own life. I need to go my own way. You know, I need to be honest with myself that my happiness lies in independence. So do take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. It could be you, it could be somebody around you that you're connected with. But this 10 of Pentacles being in the reverse, I mean, just look at the difference between these two cards. She's got her whole family, she, he, they've got the whole family around, right? So it's an energy, like these two cards together would be like, this person would be part of this, right? They would be helping to cook the meal. They'd be helping to earn the money to put the food on the table. They'd be looking after the kids. They'd be checking in with the elders. You know, they would be very much part of that network of finances, of resources. So it could be work. It could be talking about, I want to work independently. I don't want to be financially tied to some kind of corporation. I want to start my own business. It could be, I don't want to be part of this family unit. I want to go my own way. So it could come through in a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be massive, right? It could just be, I need a day off. It could just be, I need to start a side hustle. It could be, I need to have a separate bank account. I don't want to have a shared family bank account. I want my own money. It could come through in a lot of different ways, but absolutely, with that being in reverse, like, just look at the difference in the pictures, right? It's like you're saying, I don't want this. I don't want this, right? Or somebody around you is saying this. It seems to be you, because you seem to be saying, again, the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is normally more like this, right? It's more, there's community, there's other people around you. And really interesting, the choices of the decks that I've used and the depictions on the cards that are coming through. This is happiness to me. Happiness to me is being on my own, going for a walk and being on my own, having a long hot bath and being on my own and not being interrupted, like being able to do my work, right, on my own, having my own office, you know, being separate, being independent, you know, having my own resources, whatever that is for you. But that is, and it could be that this is a response to some sort of loss, right? It could be somebody who's experienced a divorce, right, and they've ended up with half the assets, right? I put in 10 pentacles, I got back 5 pentacles. It could be an investment that went wrong. It could be working really hard for a job that doesn't give you enough money. It's like your time isn't valued, those kinds of things. So whatever this financial loss is here, the effect it's having on you is, I recognize that I'm not going to be happy if I'm dependent on others for my resources and for my money, right? I need to figure out how to get this. And it doesn't mean that you can't still be part of this. Again, it's like having your own bank account, right? It's like you can still take part in these. You can still go to dinner. You can still help cook the meal, but you don't have to. And I think that's the big difference here. Because this is a very independent energy. Why have I put that in the reverse? Yeah, I just have this feeling of like getting unstuck, right? This is very stuck energy, wanting to just be on your, wanting independence and self-care, right? And not just self-care emotionally, but self-care like, maybe I need time to get my hair done, right? Maybe I need time to get a massage because my shoulders have been hurting me for months and I just really need to do that. I really need to rest. I really need to exercise. I really need to, you know, not be eating on the go, but to actually sit down and cook a proper meal for myself. So it can be a lot of different ways, but it's more tangible than just emotions. There's more connected to it than that. 6 of Swords. So what's the 6 of Swords, please? What's the moving on energy? 6 of Swords for Pisces for Saturday. 6 of Swords, Pisces, please. 6 of Swords, Pisces. Knight of Cups. So this is Pisces energy. It could be you, it could be somebody around you. There's this expression of feelings, an expression of emotions, an expression of this is what I need, this is what I feel, this is who I am. He's really kind of gazing into that cup there. I don't know if he's gazing into the water, waiting for somebody, or if he's just really looking after his own cup, right? Really looking after his own emotions. Is that you, G? My daughter's back from school. So 5 of Pentacles and 4 of Swords. 4 of Cups in reverse. Not... Feels like you missed out on something. This is like a missed opportunity. It feels like in the past. Recognizing that you missed an opportunity in the past. Could be with someone, right? With the person that you want to give your cup to. 4 of Swords in the Strength card. Knight of Wands. Working on your own passion, working on your confidence, working on your ability to make impulsive decisions, working on, again, it's that kind of like the independence of being able to move freely and quickly. And you can't move freely and quickly if you have a lot of responsibilities and people who depend on you. So it's not that this is bad. This is a really positive card, right? There's nothing bad about this. It just might be restrictive to you at the moment. It might not be what you need at the moment, or it might be that you've been in this environment for a very long time and you have to have that independence. I've been watching a show called Shameless. I've watched the British version when it originally came out in the UK, and I've just started watching the American version because I found it like a bit uncanny at first. I was like, it's like the same plot and the same characters, but they're different, and I found it like almost like too similar at the time, but because time's gone past, I've kind of forgotten a lot about the original show. There's some distance that's passed. It's like I can now watch the American version and it feels fresh and new and like different to me. It's like I can accept it now. I don't know, it could be a message in that. But I'm just thinking about the character Fiona, right? Fiona's the, without doing too many spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it is quite an old show. So Fiona's the eldest girl. She's the oldest sister of a big family. Her mum has left. Her dad is undependable. So she's playing the role of the parent. She's playing the role of both parents to a large family of younger children. And she does this because she loves her family, right? And she's good at it. And she plays that role. And then this guy comes into her life and he's like, come away with me, you know, we'll run away together. And I don't know, it has that stifling feeling of, I want to follow my heart, but I've got all these responsibilities, which seems to be a collective message. It's coming through in a lot of readings, this set of readings. You know, I can't just leave the children. I've got to be here to put food on the table. I've got to play that role. But so it's like when you have those, as good as they are, right, as much as you want to be in those situations and you want to care for those people, at the same time, it limits you, it chains you, right? It's like it keeps you in a net because you have to be there when you're needed. So it's not a bad thing. It's two sides of the same coin, right? With anything in life, there's give and take. So this is wanting to get unstuck, wanting for more freedom. Again, it could be financial freedom, to be able to be more impulsive, to be able to move quickly, to be able to do what feels right in the moment, and not feel so tied up and not feel so chained. And it could be something about your own confidence as well, and your own ability to stand up for yourself and to say, I need time to myself. 10 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Whoa. Ace of Cups. That's what this guy's playing with over here. Knave of Wands. Needing to go out and be a kid again, needing to go out and try new things and experiment and have a really fresh new start in something that feels right. It feels like it connects with your heart. It feels like it connects with your impulses, your desires, your drive, your fantasy, it just feels good, right? It feels good in different ways. Knowing this, it's like wanting to be this kid again, wanting a fresh start, wanting new experiences, right? Wanting to explore and experiment and just try new things, right? And it could be anything. It could be sexual, it could be in terms of relationships. It could just be, I want to do things that I've never done before. I want to go to places I've never been before. I want to try careers, or, you know, I want to just do what feels good. And really, really a lot of impulsive energy here. A lot of just this need for like a fresh start or a new page or excitement in your life. Because I think you know that it's what you need emotionally, right? Because I think you've been in a situation for a long time. It's almost like wanting to be more like yourself again, like giving too much to others and wanting to be more like yourself again. Again, kind of Fiona in Shameless has that kind of thing. Because she's so young, she's kind of missed out on a lot of what kids would normally be doing her age. You know, like she's, you know, when she was 18 to 21, she's, you know, she should have been dating, she should have been going clubbing, she should have been, I don't know, doing fun things and going to college and, you know, meeting up with friends and all those kinds of things. But she kind of had to grow up too young, and she had to take on a lot of responsibilities too young. And she missed out on that part of her life, you know, so that character is really kind of coming to mind. Just this thing about time as well. So in the episodes that I'm kind of watching now, she's kind of made this friend, and a friend's saying, like, well, what are you going to do? You're going to wait up till the youngest child has grown up and left for college? You're going to be 40 then, you know? So this awareness of time passing. The Hermit and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you could have kids, you could have 3 kids. But again, all this knave energy, right? Knaves and knights. It's youthful, it's young, it's experimental, it's trying new things. Trying new things in terms of emotions, trying new things in terms of who you've got around you, you know, who you're spending time with. It really feels like wanting more resources so that you can have more independence to try new things, because those things are emotionally and like passionately what you need. It could be that things have got really stuffy, things have got really boring, you're in some kind of routine, and like, yes, you're dependable, and yes, you're putting food on the table, and yes, you're looking after the people around you who need you to look after them, but it's stifling because there's no passion, there's no fun, there's no spontaneity, there's nothing new to explore in that, right? It's just ticking boxes. I don't know, that's how it feels. 6 of Swords and Knight of Cups. The Chariot, that's that unicorn again. And the Ace of Pentacles, an offer. The offer coming in. It could be getting a car. The 6 of Swords can indicate travel, especially travel. It tends to be short distances and short distances across water, so it can indicate boats, but it can indicate a vehicle of some kind. The Chariot can indicate a car or a motorbike. So yeah, getting your driver's license, right? Having more independence, because you have a driver's license, you can go where you want, when you want. You know, you've got more freedom. You don't have to depend on bus or train timetables or somebody to pick you up. The unicorn's been coming through this message of taking the darkness and transmuting it into light. So even though you have bad things happening in your life, you still keep your heart open. You're still able to tap into that kind of Knight of Cups energy. Yeah. And believing in the impossible as well. Like, you've got this fantasy card of the 10 of Cups. So it's like believing in your dreams, believing in your fantasies, believing that the impossible can be possible. You know, something that seems far-fetched, something that seems like it would never happen, actually having success with it. The Chariot is a card about success. Coming into alignment and having success and moving forward with your heart open. And maybe taking on some kind of new offer. You've got the Empress here as well, which again is like mother. It's like, oh, okay, I can have this new start. It's really exciting. It feels really, really good. The Sun's here as well. I can have this new fresh start, but I've got to bring my kids with me. You know, like, you know, I can't just shirk my responsibilities. I can have the fresh new start, but it needs to be, I don't know. It has to be right? It has to be the right offer. And it has to feel really good. And it has to give you your freedom. And it has to make you feel fired up. With that Ace of Wands and the Sun card, it's like it has to inspire you, right? It has to tap into the need for passion. It has to tap into the need for like it has to spark that desire in you to want to do something. It has to motivate you. Okay, so advice for Pisces. Oh, beautiful. It's like the Queen of, like, you've got all this thing about, you've not got very many swords. You kind of got the swords here, like doing the thinking here, and then being practical and like wanting to, it's like the need, all this youth energy, all this new energy seems to be like wands and cups. It's like what you don't have is the wands and cups, like Fiona, right? So it's like you need the wands and cups, and the Queen of Roses for me is like the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands combined. So it's like passionate love. So passionate emotions, and it doesn't have to be romantic as well. You know, you can be passionate about Star Wars, you can be passionate about a new creative project, you can be, it's just the enjoyment of life. It's like loving what you do and feeling passionate about it. So whatever you want to apply that to, that's what you need, right? That's what you need. That oomph in your life is the way it's coming through. After being very practical and maybe giving too much of yourself to others, which has depleted your energy. Okay, let's read it. Queen of Roses. I love this card so much. So beautiful. Just looking for the page. Looking for the page. You've got this. Okay, definitely have kids around you. You've got 3 kids on this card. Knave, Knight, kids and teenagers. Okay. The Queen of Roses. Beautiful. This card shows a beautiful woman. So you or somebody that you want to be with. This card shows a beautiful woman with roses in her hair and all around her. A beautiful scene expands outside, but she is peacefully focusing on the flower in her hand. The Queen of Roses signifies a woman who is loving and supportive, but with a passionate side as well. This is a card of a loving connection. A relationship with somebody you know may deepen and become more meaningful, or someone new may appear. Be open to the connection. It may be a romantic one, or it might be a friend, family member, or co-worker who's going to be helpful and valuable to you in some way. The Queen of Roses can represent you or a woman in your life stepping into the role of wife or mother at this time. Interesting that you're like, I don't want to be a wife or mother. It doesn't have to symbolize that, right? Maybe some of you want to be a wife or mother and you don't have that, right? Some of you feel alone and you want to have those connections. So flip it and reverse it if needs be. I don't know. It's time for a loving energy to be voiced. This card upright sometimes shows a happy resolution to a difficulty with a family member, friend, or a love relationship. The time for peaceful, loving connections is at hand. So open your heart to the expression of caring within and around you. Close your eyes and step into the energy of the Queen of Roses. Get to know that caring power and gentle temperament. Feel compassion fill you and notice your desire to bring a loving embrace to yourself and to the world. Exactly. When you fill your own cup, you can fill the cup of others. Aquarius also had a thing about roses at the start of their reading, if you wanted to check that out. It was like, I don't know, somebody could be like gardeners or something. It was like you take care of this rose and you take care of this rose and you take care of this rose, and then like we'll all come back together and compare roses. It was kind of how it felt. But yeah, really beautiful, really, really beautiful energy, that. All right, all this, look at all this. Knight of Wands again. Yeah, really good. All right, do take care, Pisces. I hope that reading was helpful to you. Check out the description box because I'll randomize you some songs that may be helpful in figuring out what's going on, figuring out what you need, figuring out what you should do next. So go and check out those songs, maybe listen to them, watch the videos. If anything pops out at you, it could be a word, a phrase, a name. Just roll with it, use your own intuition to figure out what exactly is speaking to you there. All right, take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.